Okay. All right. Hello. I don't know how to I don't know how to start this. So it's gonna be the first video on the channel or whatever you call it, profile, yeah. I'm gonna be sharing some personal things. Basically, what I'm gonna try to do with this, it's gonna be the first of many, I think, hopefully. Basically, I'm gonna share some things that I've written, things that when I was having a bad day, bad week, whatever, things that I just decided to write on my phone. You know, it's things that it was just supposed to be for me to read, for me to save here, for me to get stuff out of my head onto here, onto something. And I never really thought about ever sharing these because, it's those personal things I write. But I don't know, I just came up with this idea because I don't know, maybe it'll help some people, maybe it won't, I don't know. So what I'm going to be doing is reading some things that I've written right here on my phone. And yeah, then I'm going to talk about whatever I read, I guess. I'll read whatever I've written here and then I'll share my thoughts. So the first thing that I've written on my phone that I at least have here, the oldest thing I have here, is from a year ago, around a year ago, on January 23rd. It's quite long. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of. I'll be reading this. Let's see what was going through my mind at that time. Younger me would be so disappointed. Everyone around me hates me, doesn't understand me, or doesn't care. I don't have anyone who I talk to, not a single person. I just sometimes talk to strangers. That's it. None of them are even close to being friends. Everyone tells me to get out of my shell and to challenge myself. I can barely even do things that I'm comfortable doing. How am I supposed to do that? The people that could maybe understand how I feel don't even stop for a second to actually sit down and hear me out and try to understand. They don't care. They ignore all the signs. From my perspective, it should be painfully obvious that I'm not doing good at all, but they're choosing to ignore it. I'm just a burden. What am I even doing here? No one cares, and people only talk to me to give me advice and tell me what I should be doing. I don't want your stupid advices. I just want to be able to talk without having to constantly hear stuff that makes me feel miserable. I have no motivation for almost anything. I'm sure if I said that, no one would understand that I actually mean that. I don't care about money at this point. I couldn't even give a single shit about it. I just want this to stop. I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of being tortured in my head. I can't do anything about it. I know I can't do it alone, but I push people away from me. And that's mostly because I know they can't help me, but also because I don't want to make their lives more stressful by having to care about me. When I push myself to actually do something, I quickly feel mentally exhausted and can never keep going. I've always suffered from this mental exhaustion and I don't know what to do. I just feel my brain give up on me and go into a breakdown. At that point, there's nothing I can do. I can't win. I've been trying for years and years, but here I am still losing. I don't see any hope of it getting better. All I have is fantasies at this point. I dream about the day that I get lucky and life would get better. But that's why those are dreams. Dreams aren't real and they never will be. Well, shit, that's everything I wrote on that day. Quite a bit. So let's start breaking down the stuff I wrote. So starting with what I first said, when I wrote down, younger me would be so disappointed. I don't know. I would say that I don't feel like that as much now. I'm sure, yeah, I mean, I remember when I was younger, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, I would have imagined that by now, I'm 23 by the way, that by now, that I would be doing a lot better, honestly. So, yeah, I still kind of agree with that, with what I wrote there, but I don't know. I don't know. And then when I said everyone around me hates me, doesn't understand me, or doesn't care, I guess I don't really agree with the hates me part, because at the time I was in a very bad spot, and when you're in a situation like I was, you just feel like everyone around you just, I don't know, it's like they want you gone or something. It's weird. It's like you feel like you're such a big burden for everyone around you. Now, thankfully, I don't really feel like that anymore. The part about don't understand me, I still really feel that part. I don't know, I feel like I'm a really hard to understand person. I even struggle to understand myself. I've gotten better at it over time, but it's still, I don't know, sometimes I still get so confused of the way I work. I'm just like, what? What's going on in here? I don't know. And then the part where I said don't care, I don't know, I guess I don't really feel like that as much either, because I guess I realized that most people just, they can't be bothered to care in that way about someone because they have their own things going on, and maybe they just don't know how to help as well, which is, I can totally understand that. Anyway, moving on to the next part. And then when I said I don't have anyone to talk to, not a single person, I just sometimes talk to strangers, that's it, none of them are even close to being friends. Man, a year later, this is still kind of true. Yeah, I mean, I do have, I don't know, I guess I might have like one or two people who I kind of am okay with talking about deeper shit, but it's still, I don't know, at this point I don't really have someone who I actually feel just comfortable just being like, hey, I need to talk about some stuff. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to consider someone a friend, For me, it's just, I don't know, man. Most of the interactions that I have with people, even with people that I might speak almost every day or sometimes even every day, they're always through, just messages. It's never really in person with the person. It's always through messages. 90% of the time, or actually 99% of the time, it's because that person doesn't live anywhere close to me. Yeah, I completely lack IRL and person interactions. Completely. And then the part where I said, everyone tells me to get out of my shell and challenge myself. I can barely even do things that I'm comfortable doing. How am I supposed to do that? I guess I've definitely gotten better in that part. Throughout that year, last year, I was able to challenge myself in very big ways, actually. For example, when I wrote this, I didn't have a job yet, and now I do. The job I have right now is one that I got in July. I don't know, like 6 months after I wrote this. And I'm still on that job, and it's pretty good, actually. I'm very glad I got it. It's shit. I work at home, and it's actually a pretty chill job, Alright, what did I say next? The people that could maybe understand how I feel don't even stop for a second to actually sit down and hear me out or try to understand. They don't care. Again, this kind of goes back to where I said everyone hates me, doesn't understand, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of the same thing that I already said. So, yeah, I guess I'll just skip that. They ignore all the signs. My perspective should be painfully obvious. Yeah, I guess this still goes kind of back to what I was saying before. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip ahead just to not have this be super long. Okay, then I proceeded to say, I'm just a burden. What am I even doing here? No one cares, and people only talk to me to give me advice, tell me what I should be doing. I don't want your stupid advices. I just want to be able to talk without having to constantly hear stuff that makes me feel miserable. Okay, so this is something that I don't really feel anymore. Than like the feeling like I'm a burden. Sometimes I do have some episodes, some periods of time where my mind might go back to kind of this state, not entirely when this happened, but close. Yeah, I would say that this part I still struggle a bit, thinking like, oh, no one cares and people only talk to me to give me advice and whatever should be doing. Yeah, I guess I still kind of feel this part. Then when I said I have no motivation for almost anything, I'm sure if I said that no one would understand that I actually mean that. Well, here's the part where I actually say that I did a full 180. At this point, I don't know, I had no goals, no motivation, it's nothing. Even when I started working, I still, this whole bike shit, it wasn't in my head yet. So I'm talking about, July, August. I still had, the thought of getting a bike had not crossed my head at all. It was only in, I think, September. Yeah, I think it was around beginning of September where I don't even remember how it happened. I think I just started seeing some videos of like moto vlogs or whatever they're called. And I just started to, I think out of curiosity, I started looking at the prices of, bikes. And I was like, wait, these things I could actually afford one of these. Because I thought they were, I don't know, at least double the price that they usually are. And so, yeah, I was like, bro, hold on. I can do this. If I just keep working and save my money, I can do this. I can get this. So that's when I thought to myself, all right, from now on, I'm gonna save as much money as I can from what from my salary. I'm gonna get my license. I'm gonna save up money for the bike. I'm gonna get shit for the bike, gear, everything. And well, fast forward to now, all I'm missing is my license, which I should finish next week, and the bike, which I should also get very soon. I'm planning to get it just right after I get my license. Not like the day after, but maybe like the week after. I don't know. I'm planning to get it in the beginning of March. All right, that's my plan. Hopefully I can actually do it. We'll see. Okay, let's just finish this up. And then when I said I don't care about money, at this point I couldn't give a single shit about it. I just want this to stop. I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of being tortured in my head. I can't do anything about it. I know I can't do it alone, but I push people away from me, and that's mostly because I know they can't help me, but also because I don't want to make their lives more stressful by having to care about me. Alright, I'm gonna say right away, the part when I said I don't care about money at this point, blah blah blah. Yeah, I really do care about money now, so I can get, you know. But yeah, at that point I wasn't earning any money from anywhere. I would just sometimes get a little bit from like a family member, you know, fucking on a I don't know, on birthday, Christmas, and maybe if I helped them out with a little something. It really wasn't much at all. I was not making any money. And then when I said I know I can't do it alone, push people away. Yeah. If you find yourself in these kind of situations where your mind is just consuming you, and you're just going through such fucking hell in there, just like at the very minimum, do this. Like do this, write down on your phone. This actually helped me. I remember it helped me a little bit, even just a tiny bit. It will help. Just grab your phone, a notebook, I don't know, somewhere to write, and just write down whatever the fuck goes through your mind. Seriously, it will help. It will help you understand what's happening up there, and I don't know, fucking help you understand whatever you need to understand. And then I said, you know, I know because they can't help me, but also because I don't want to make their lives more stressful by having to care about me. Yeah, I mean, when you're in this state, you just don't even want to reach out because you feel like you're going to be a burden to people, just, you know, by fucking sharing your negativity with them. You just don't want to make other people's lives worse, you know. At least that was how I was feeling. There's always people out there who want to help. Even when I was in that state, I've always tried to make myself available to help people, even if it's just for a couple minutes, you know, just to hear them out. Just, hey, whatever is going through their head, let me hear it. Just, I most likely don't really have anything cool to say, anything good to say, but, you know, at least I'll hear it. That's the least I can do, you know. Oh wait, I actually have something else here that I forgot. When I push myself to actually do something, I quickly feel mentally exhausted and can never keep going. I've always suffered from this mental exhaustion and I don't know what to do. I still feel this a lot. Yeah, you know what? This is almost 100% still here. Yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it. This still happens a lot, unfortunately. Just getting exhausted very easily. I don't know. Yeah. Just feel my brain give up and go into a breakdown. I guess in that regard, it's not as extreme like that, but it still may happen, definitely. It depends on the situation, but I think I will definitely say that I'm a bit better now, but I still got a long way to go regarding this. Okay, now finally, when I said all I have is fantasies at this point, I dream about the day I'd get lucky and life would get better, but that's why those are dreams. Dreams aren't real and they never will be. So, about our dream, I mean, I guess at this point, the dreams I had, none of them included me getting a bike, to be fair. But, well, here we are now. And yeah, that's already a very long video. I mean, the things I wrote and the first day that I started writing on my phone. It was one of the longest I have here. But yeah, shit.